The female doctor was shocked to discover that her husband was accompanying his first love to the hospital for a prenatal checkup. However, she didn't have a big argument with him. Instead, she forced herself to stay calm and did her job. The test results showed that the baby was already 38 weeks old, and from her husband's eager attitude, she knew the baby was his with his first love. After her husband left with his first love, she immediately called the head of the obstetrics department and scheduled an abortion for 7 days later, because she had just discovered that she was pregnant too. She hadn't even had a chance to tell her husband the news, but now she found out he had betrayed her. Heartbroken, she drafted a divorce agreement and decided to end the marriage completely. At that moment, her husband came home. He explained that he and his first love were just ordinary friends. His first love had just gotten divorced and was pregnant and inconvenient, so he was just helping. Just as she was about to tell her husband about her pregnancy, his first love called. Her husband lied, saying there was an urgent meeting at work, and rushed to leave. Taking advantage of her husband's hurry to leave, the woman lied, saying she was interested in a house, and tricked him into signing the divorce agreement. In a rush to find his first love, her husband signed without even looking at it. The woman then called the department head and agreed to participate in a medical exchange program in Paris. This meant that she would completely disappear from her husband's life in 2 weeks. The next morning, her first love took the initiative to add her as a friend. After seeing the first love's social media posts, she realized that her husband, under the guise of working overtime, was actually helping his first love set up their love nest. Just then, her husband came to her and lied that he had been too busy with overtime yesterday and forgot their wedding anniversary. He promised to make it up to her after work, but when she waited for him after work, he still didn't come home. Her husband called to explain that he was still working late and would take her out to eat another day. When she turned around to go to the supermarket, she unexpectedly ran into her husband with his first love. Her first love, seeing her, deliberately acted coquettishly with the man. Seeing her husband's loving gaze, the woman felt disgusted. Then the first love came forward and pretended to thank her for helping with the prenatal checkup. Seeing her cold response, the first love stepped back pretending to feel pain. Her husband immediately thought it was his wife causing trouble for the first love, and angrily scolded her for being unreasonable. The woman didn't want to argue, so she turned around to leave. The man tried to chase after her to explain, but the first love pretended to be in pain again, and the husband hurriedly decided to take her to the hospital. When the woman returned home, her clothes were already drenched, and she had a high fever that wouldn't subside. When her husband came back and touched her forehead, he quickly found her some medicine, but the pregnant woman couldn't take any medication casually. Thinking she was angry because of the supermarket incident, he blamed her for being childish. At that moment, his first love called, and he quickly went aside to take the call, happily chatting with her, completely ignoring his wife's discomfort. The next day, her husband booked a restaurant to make up for their wedding anniversary, but ordered a table full of spicy dishes. The woman immediately realized her husband was only thinking of his first love now, so much so that he even forgot she couldn't eat spicy food. Her husband apologized for forgetting the anniversary gift and asked her to tell him what she wanted. The woman said she had signed up for an